Welcome to Food Tech Simplified. I am Arib Irshad, and about a week ago, I got a comment on my channel from Nimisha. I am going to read this comment. Sir, I wanted to know that nowadays there are so many free courses on Udemy, Coursera, apart from food technology, like nanotechnology, data science, learning to work on some software, and many more like that. So sometimes when I cannot focus too much on just one thing, just for a change, I enroll in these courses basically for interest purposes. Okay. Getting back to my question, I wanted to know whether am I just wasting my time learning these things in second year, or is it fine to do such? Also, that I thought that since there are so many job profiles in this field, that I exactly don't know what I might be doing in future, but maybe one of these skills that I might learn from these courses might come in use in some way, some or the other way. So is it okay to do this, or shall I drop this out? So this is a very interesting comment, I think, because I think every student goes through this kind of confusion, and they don't have clarity that whatever the course they are pursuing, or whether they are reading a particular article, is it going to help them or not? So since this is very relatable, and since this can help a lot of people, so I decided to make a video specifically on that. So there are different dimensions to this question, Nimisha. See, so first of all, you are in the second year. I'm assuming maybe you are pursuing your BTech, or even if you are pursuing your BSc, that is a 3-year course. I think college is the best place to explore your interests. Okay, so when you are in the college, when you are a student, you don't have a lot of pressure to earn money, or you don't have pressure to figure out everything at such a young age. So the ideal approach for a food science or technology graduate in their college specifically is the mode of exploration. You should be exploring different domains. You should be exploring the intersection of domains as well. And think about this way. I mean, if you asked me this specific question, that what is the ideal way to build a profile, or I'm taking these courses, are they going to help me or not? In 2018, I would have told you that there are just 3 departments. There is research and development, there is production department, there is quality department. So, but that's not true, because let's think it this way. Maybe there's an organization, let's say Britannia. So Britannia is going to have different types of job profiles, not necessarily for food technologists, but they are going to have profiles for marketers, for people who are going to display some ads, maybe people who are going to design some packaging. Don't necessarily think of your job of food technology as designing a product or processing a product, because food technology is very diverse. This can connect different domains, because I also had a video, I think I posted it last year, where I had drawn a mind map of food technology, where I connected different subjects or different domains of food technology. So it's very understandable that food technology is not confined in a silo. Food technology is connected with different domains. It could be possible that you have the knowledge of food technology, but a company wants you to understand data analysis as well, because data is getting more and more important. People want to know that how data behaves. Like, data just means that, let's say, if a certain demographic, a certain group of people, maybe aged 18 to 24, are consuming certain type of biscuit, and they are purchasing that in certain type of duration or something like that. So all of that is data, and data is used to analyze so that a product can be developed later onwards, or a process can be developed later onwards in a more efficient way, or they can extract more profit based on the data. So that's where data analysis can come in, and this is just an example. And food technologist can also be a marketer or a digital marketer. Food technologist can be a video editor as well. So don't limit yourself to what the books are saying, because books will only teach you, or your professors or teachers, they will teach you specifically about food technology, but don't think of yourself that you have to study only that. Definitely feel free to pursue your interest, to explore your interest. So Nimisha mentioned over here that she's taking the free courses, and that's a very good approach, I would say, because you have to explore. I would hate if you just studied what is present in the books, or if you just studied what is your teachers or professors are teaching, and by the end of 3rd or 4th year, when you are in the final year, you are pretty confused that what you should do. You don't have any clarity. And clarity is, I mean, that's a different thing, but you don't even know that what are the job profiles that exist in the food industry. So for that, exploration is the best thing. I already took the example of data science, or maybe you love to work with some software. So definitely when you have the knowledge of food science, maybe you want to increase the shelf life, or you want to test the quality of a certain product. And if you are also able to develop an application based on artificial intelligence, so that you don't necessarily have to, you know, go in a lab, or you can just use, because I remember, I'm taking this specific example because I remember I worked for 3 months in a startup, Oak Analytics, where they used Raman spectroscopy to detect the adulteration in oils and ghee. And that is a wonderful example. They were able to detect the adulteration in about less than a minute or so. So that's a great example of data science, of artificial intelligence and machine learning as well. So these things work in amalgamation, you know, they work in tandem, I would rather say. So definitely pursue your interest, whatever your interests are, definitely pursue them. And since you are in the college, obviously feel free to explore a lot, because college is the best stage to explore. And sometimes when you are in a job, and people who are working full time can also comment down below and tell the students that you don't have time. I understand that. I have been I am still a full-time employee, and you don't necessarily have a lot of time for exploration. So a college student is blessed with time, is blessed with the opportunities of exploration, and you are blessed with the internet. Definitely use the power of Google, use the power of LinkedIn to connect with people and ask them questions. Be respectful to them and ask them questions that what does their job look like. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about today. Nimisha has also mentioned that she doesn't know what kind of job profiles she would be applying, or what kind of job profiles exist in the food industry, and that's why these skills might come in handy later onwards. And that's a very good approach, I would say, because you don't know. You are learning, let's say you are learning graphic design, and you think that graphic design or food technology, they are not connected. But I have a very beautiful example. There's a Adelaide Spicer from Australia, and she has an Instagram page. I would link that down in the description. You can check that out. So she has the educational background in food science, I believe, but she also makes beautiful digital illustrations using her iPad, I think. So that's a beautiful example when two different skills interact with each other and something beautiful comes out of it. So definitely do not limit yourself, because nowadays people are, you know, they are passion mashing. Maybe you have two different passion or two different interests and they are mashing it together. So for example, this YouTube channel, I like to create videos, I like to talk to people, and I also have educational background in food science and technology. So I'm mashing my two passions, you know. This is something that I derived from Thomas Frank. He has a YouTube channel. You can definitely check that out for yourself. But what I essentially mean is to don't limit yourself, and don't just think that what is going to be useful. A lot of people are just studying a specific concept or taking a specific course. When someone asks me that, sir, tell me, what is the course I should do to build my profile? What is the ideal way? And I could tell them, go for HACCP, go for FSSC or FSMS or whatever it is. So if you are doing just that to just improve your profile, you are in the majority of the people. You are, and you don't want to be in the majority of people, because it's not just you who is asking me how to improve a profile. There are hundreds of other people who are asking me how to improve profile. And imagine if all of these people did HACCP, or all of these people did a specific course of data analysis, and all of them are now sitting in an interview. All of them have same set of skills. That doesn't happen, but let's say all of them have HACCP certificate. Now how are you going to differentiate yourself? You can only differentiate yourself when you have a deep mastery in a skill, or you have a certain set of skill set, or maybe you have different skills that stand out from the rest of the people. And I cannot tell you what that could be, because that is different for different people. Okay, so if I just tell you that learn data analysis and learn coding and then learn food technology, then I mean, imagine if every Indian food technologist or every food technologist in the world had just three sets of skills. So it's absolutely important to understand what your interests are and definitely explore a lot. Even if you are a full-time employee, definitely explore what you like, and you should be driven by your curiosity. I mean, if you are curious about, let's say, digital illustrations, or maybe you are curious about a very specific type of food, maybe you want to develop a specific type of food, so you should be driven by that, and let your curiosity drive you, let your interest drive you. Okay, so that's my take on how you should be building an ideal profile. Definitely think about it, think about what you should be doing. Also, sometimes what happens when there are free stuff available, we are just, because we have a lizard brain, right? There's a syndrome called shiny object syndrome. Maybe you find a new video and you are attracted towards that. Another day you find a new career option and you are attracted towards that. So our mind is always attracted towards new things. So make sure you are not just jumping from one object to another object, or one domain to another object. Definitely give some time to a particular skill, otherwise you would not be able to gain mastery. And definitely explore a lot, keep exploring. And I think not only the students, but also not only the college students, but also people who are working full time should be exploring, because definitely I believe you would want to reach a stage where you are feeling fulfilled and your job is also improving your personality, or you are pushing yourself, you're pushing your comfort zone as well. So that's my take on your comment, Nimisha. Thanks a lot for your comment. If you have any kind of questions or doubts or queries or feedback, let me know down in the comments. And definitely check out essential skills for food industry, essential and future skills for food industry. I would leave the link of that video down in the description, so you can understand that what are the skills required specifically for food industry. I'll see you next time. Class dismissed.